favored them who have not a lick of discerning, and they have put people in places, and that's why the church is out of place. I'm going to preach anyhow. If you can't take it tonight, it's just your devil getting mad. Watch this here. Look at your neighbor and tell him that's a divine deposit in me. It's been concealed, but God getting ready to make it known now. I've been in the shadows of ministry a long time, but God getting ready to make it known now. I've been cleaning the church, and I've been working with the children, and I've been driving the church van, and I've been cutting grass, but God had me concealed, had me covered up, because he knew if the wrong folk would tap into who I was, they would try to destroy me before I could get to my destiny. But look at somebody say, the devil is a liar, and I'm going higher. I'm still going to do what God said. I'm sanctified. I've already been purified. I've already been cleaned up for the purpose of God. What did he call me to? He ordained me. Watch this here. Got folk running around talking about an ordination service. There ain't one preacher on the face of the earth that ever should have had no ordination service. Ignorance makes us have ordination services. Right here in Jeremiah, to show you we're not reading our Bibles, ordination don't take place on the earth.
That's right.
God said, I ordained you a prophet. Did you see God ordained anybody? You saw man ordain folks. We're not supposed to ordain, we're supposed to confirm.
That's right. Come on.
When we bring people up here and give them their little certificates and stuff, that's confirmation. We're confirming and reaffirming what God has already done. My people perish for lack of knowledge. What we don't know is killing us. We handing down our preaching positions and titles to people who will not qualify.
Come on now.
Nobody shared that. My son don't want to be a preacher. I'm not going to hand him this responsibility. I'm going to seek the face of God to see who's supposed to have this responsibility. Because there's a certain amount of grace you got to have in order to operate in this dimension. We still doing levels. God said, I ain't doing levels no more. I'm doing dimensions. I got a preceding word. Some of us stuck in what God has done. Can't catch up with what God is doing. I'm going to come on through here in a few minutes. He not only ordains him, but he tells him what he is. He is a prophet. And he tells him who he's going to. He's going to nations. Whenever you ordain by God, confirmed by man, you ought to already know the people that God's sending you to.
Come on, sir.
Isaiah chapter number 6. We opening churches and we're getting here and we're just waiting for folks to come. No. God always sends you to a people.
Come on, sir.
You got to know who you sent to.
Come on, sir.
How might they hear without a preacher? How might he preach unless he be?
Come on, sir. Make it plain, Dad.
We got to get back to the word of God and get out of this foolishness. See, because we preparing a church to make her exit.
Come on now.
Because you got to be ready. You can't have spot of blemish. No wrinkles, nothing. I got to get ready. Y'all ain't really ready for this. Well, what are you saying, this divine deposit that he has made, Pastor Jones? I hear what you're saying. Yeah, the reason that I say he made a divine deposit in you and he has concealed it, because God conceals it to the right time.
Yes.
When the word reveal means made known. God makes certain things known to you at a certain time in life. Ecclesiastes chapter number 3 verse number 1. There's a time and a season for every purpose under the heaven. There's a time and a season that God unveiled that has been covered up. That God reveals. He makes it known in a certain time. Watch this here. The Bible already tells us that God done prepared some things for us. Eyes ain't seen them, ear ain't heard it. Watch this, and neither have it entered into the hearts of God, of man, the things that God have prepared, made ready for those that love him. See, the word prepare means he made it ready beforehand.
That's right.
See, you ain't just got it down here. You had it beforehand. You've been prepared beforehand. Now, what you have to do is discover. Oh, God, help me. You have to never discovered the deposit that's been made in you. Why do you think I went around chasing women and acting a fool and doing all the crazy stuff I've done all of them years? Because I did not discover who I was. But now that I've discovered who I am, there's certain things that I cannot do. There's certain things I cannot be a part of. Because watch this here, the gifting that God has given me requires a righteous lifestyle and holy living. You ain't got to say nothing. If you ain't holy, you can't shout anyhow. But I'm talking about if you're living right, if you know who God called you to be, there's certain requirements, there's certain essential things that you cannot do. Look at your neighbor and tell him I can't do certain things. Certain things I can't do. Watch this here. Watch this. I'm gonna shout you in the ear. But watch this here. What are you saying, Apostle Jones? He's telling Jeremiah here because Jeremiah needs to discover who he is, because he is minimizing himself, because he has no revelation of who he is. He has no idea of what he's been called to be. He has no idea of what God has placed down on the inside of his belly. He has no idea of the reasoning for his existence. He don't know why God created him. He didn't just create him to work. Many of us are working ourselves to death, and many of us, God have not called us to work ourselves to death. He called us to work this gospel. All of the years we work and we still haven't accumulated nothing. Still ain't got no bank account. Still don't own the house we living in. Still paying notes on the car. God ain't called me. Y'all don't have to help me preach. Man, I'm going to preach anyhow because I see angels in the back of the church right now. I need you to understand something. That God is trying to let you know you were made for this. I don't care what you're going through. I don't care what you're being attacked with. The fact of the matter, if you somebody in God, He's going to start attacking you in the premature stages of life before you mature and identify who you are. Because once you identify who you are and what you're capable of doing, that certain stuff you ain't taking no more. When you realize you got some power, you're going to say, devil, hold up, wait a minute. You ain't got a clue. Hear what I'm saying? We got power over death. All these folk died in our church and we buried folk. In 15 years I had one funeral. And it was his time to go home. God told me, he said, I'm going to save him. I'm not going to permit him to go to hell. I prophesied to him. I said, you're going to come to God through sickness. I said, you're going to be sick and almost leave him. And God going to save you. And that's how he got saved. And he went on home to be with the Lord at the word of the prophet. While we're sitting out here saying there ain't no more prophets.
Come on, son.
God will do nothing in the earth except he first reveal his secret to his servant, the prophet. You got to have somebody that know how to get between heaven and earth. You got to have somebody that know how to hear God. You got to have somebody that, y'all don't want me to preach now, that's still proclaiming and declaring the word of the Lord. I can walk in the hospital and say, devil, loose right now in the name of Jesus. If there be any sick among you, let them call for the elders. Anoint their heads, slap them with them all, and bring them on out the house. Y'all don't want me to preach up in here, but God is trying to raise up some great men and women in this city. Good God Almighty, I feel like I just need my church. I know everybody can't get with me, but I run my own shouting company with me. I need you to understand what I'm saying. Look at somebody and say, there's a deposit in me. There's a deposit in me that won't let me be depressed. It won't let me be discouraged. It won't let me be defeated. Do what you want of me, say what you want, but you can't stop me because I was made for this. When he made me, he had it in his mind because he's all knowing. He knew I was going to have some haters. He knew some folk were going to fight me. He knew some folk were going to come up against me. He knew some folk weren't going to like me, but they sure can't stop me. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Welcome to you. Welcome to you. Drop your neighbor a high five and tell him I was made for this. Now check this out. Listen to what he said. I feel like preaching, y'all. I'm going to help you now. I feel like preaching. He not only ordained him, but he told him, I made thee. See, God made you. And whenever God makes you, watch his head. Because he's all knowing, When he makes you for his purpose.